Hello, my audience. My name's Jake Allen Graham. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm doing a review on the first 2 episodes of Marvel's Secret Invasion on Disney Plus, exclusively streaming on. Okay. Wait, next. So, I kind of forgot what I was going to talk about Secret Invasion in the show. I forgot what I was going to say about the show, okay? Let me talk about something else. I'm going to do a review on something else. Catwoman from 2004-9 or 2004-5 came out. The early 2000s Halle Berry Catwoman movie. You know the Halle Berry Catwoman movie? Honestly, I give this a 6 out of 10. Because it is... this Catwoman movie, I think, is... what's the word I'm looking for? That hurts. Yay! I'm gonna get an out of me here. So I give this Catwoman movie from 2004-5 came out. Was Halle Berry as Catwoman. I give this movie a 6 out of 10. Because it says competently written as Spider-Man from 2002. And well edited. In terms of visual CGI effects, it has quality. The CGI is cheesy, just like the 2002 Spider-Man movie effects were dated for the time and cheesy. But you see, Catwoman didn't really got away with like I get for some reason in the public's eye. I don't know why I don't know why, but Catwoman didn't made a sequel, but Spider-Man made a sequel to its movie. When it was probably never supposed to make a sequel. That's probably why MJ never got with Peter in the end of the movie. I bet they weren't planning on making a sequel. So, the thing is, this movie, is pretty average Catwoman movie. and pretty mediocre, I thought, of a movie. This movie is definitely. I didn't thought this movie was bad for early 2000s movies. This was pretty mediocre for an early 2000s comic book movie, you know? Cool. So, yeah, I thought the Catwoman movie was pretty mediocre. It was Halle Berry. Um, was something that came out in the early 2000s by the DC brand. And, go from any comic brand, it's pretty mediocre. I thought of a movie for this time. It's on par with the Raimi Spider-Man movies, you know? Sadly, we didn't get a sequel to this movie, but we got a sequel to Spider-Man. Personally, I like Catwoman more than Spider-Man by Maguire. Mm. Hmm. That's all I gotta say for Catwoman, okay? I mean, I'm going to talk about Secret Invasion, the first two episodes, because I remember what I wanted to say about this show. I think it sucks. The first two episodes, I give it 1 out of 10. I really think that these episodes blurred together. I forget which episode happens in which episode happens, what happens in what episode. Because I forget one episode. I watched both episodes, 2 episodes of the show. And I forget when does the episode begin and, when does one begin and end. I did that, kind of forgot when one begins and the end, when one begins and the other one ends. I kind of forgot when the episode 1 ends and when does episode 2 begin. It's one of those bad luck. Trying to remember shit of a show. And for some reason, the Skrulls who were runaway refugees looking for a home, runaways, and being hunted by the Creed. I guess the bad guys in the show wanted to take over Earth because, or some reason, I don't know. They're not the same Skrulls from 616 comic books, and the Skrulls in the MCU are different type of behavioral Skrulls. They're not like you don't really act like vicious aliens. That's scary. So it's kind of weird how you're acting. A lot of a handful of them trying to pull off the vicious alien thing, and just not working with them because these Skrulls are nothing like the Skrull from the comics. The Skrulls in the comics from 616 universe were pretty much. To my knowledge, I guess they weren't introduced as misunderstood aliens looking for a home. They were introduced as like stuff like a John Carpenter's The Thing type of thing, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers type of thing. It was like they were introduced was a horror story with the Avengers, and I guess and they fought the Avengers and they've took over like a certain Avengers place in certain other people in the world places, and that was cool about the Skrulls and that work in the comics, but this doesn't work in the show, or because this is the same Skrulls from the MCU. This timeline, if it was an Elseworld story, maybe I could buy it, but I don't know. This just makes me raise questions of what the fuck happened. How this thing's got this out of hand, like the peace between human race and the Skrulls, the relationship between Nick Fury and the Skrulls, and how this thing's got this out of hand. This is kind of stupid. It felt like, The thing about this show is just that it sucked. I honestly think that this movie, these 2 episodes of Secret Invasion really kind of fried my brain cells. Now I couldn't tell what was going on. Psychologically, I was having questions. And, I was having trouble getting invested in giving a hoot's ass of what's going on. In 2 episodes, they lost me and lost my investment. It just took 2 episodes, and each episode was like 40, 50 minutes long. Around each episode, almost an hour long. So yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say about this Secret Invasion show, other than Nick Fury really sucks as a character after the first 2 episodes. He just is a lame, shitty, incompetent buffoon. He's an incompetent. I don't know who's worse. L. Jackson as Nick Fury, or Sam Wilson as Captain America. I loved him as Falcon. I hate him as Captain America. The Sam Wilson character, MCU, and in the comics. I never was a fan of him when he took on the Captain America mantle in the comics. I wasn't a fan of the mantle of what they're doing with him now. And I'm not a fan of him as Captain America. I just think he's kind of lame. Because he's... He already had a super identity, Falcon, with the original costume. An original name. So, I give this series of war, Avengers and Marvel's Secret War, a 1 out of 10. Episode 1 and 2. I honestly think, Avengers suck. Marvel sucks. The MCU Avengers suck. Everything around that universe sucks. About 616 MCU, also MCU, sucks. Always has since 2008, and continues to suck with the shows and the movies. The best they've gotten was mediocre for me. The score I gave them. But the best thing they gave me in the MCU, I think God came up with in the MCU of the movies and shows, was 2012's Avenger movie, released by them. I think that was the best out of the MCU content that was released by them. The first Avengers movie. All the other Avengers movies, which wasn't as good. And so that's my review on the Secret Invasion show. And I forget the movie I reviewed in this. Oh yeah, Catwoman. That's it. And ooh. That hurts. Ooh, yes. So, I mean, what was I going to say after the end of the video? I've been up all night. So subscribe to my channel and like this video, please, and comment below or don't. Bye.